All right, well, I'm depressed today. I made a video just a few moments ago and I listened to it, and boy, do I sound like Eeyore. And I'm like, man, you know what? I need to delete that and replace it with something a little bit better because if I put that up, it's just going to bring everyone around me down, and I don't want to do that. Look, I'm human, I have feelings, I get depressed, I get bummed out, but that's also part of being alive, and thank goodness we're alive. I'm not really afraid of coronavirus. Coronavirus isn't quite what has me bummed out. There's a number of things that have me bummed out, but the big thing is just thinking about what's next. What is going to happen after this plague has passed? And the fact of the matter is, a lot of people are going to be out of work. That could include me. I don't know. It could include a number of loved ones and people I care about. This could impact my life in a very direct way, or at least indirectly, it certainly will. And what do we do? What do we do if a third of our nation to even half of its workers are chronically unemployed? That's a big one. You see, when people don't have money to spend, businesses won't hire people to produce because why? Who's going to buy what they produce? So you kind of end up in this catch 22. And part of the problem is we kind of have this mean spirited attitude in government that if we give people money, then they won't go to work. They will stay home and get fat and lazy. And so the idea is we cut people's benefits, we make them desperate to work, and then they'll go to work. Of course, once they go to work, we don't want to give them much of a wage. So people are just going to be desperate, and they'll kind of take whatever the minimum it needs to sustain their survival. There's actually an economic law about that called the iron law of wages. So it's actually a known phenomenon. And what I'm hoping is that we will vote in our own self interest in the upcoming election and in elections to follow. And we will petition for and demand a reasonable safety net for all citizens, and things like, universal health care, generous unemployment benefits, maybe even guaranteeing housing as a human right. These things, they're in the cards. I would like to see those. And so, even though I'm depressed, I should be hopeful that that can happen. The other reason to be hopeful amid all of this depression, that's this cloud that's over my head, is the fact that things like this tend to shake things up. They create vacuums, and a vacuum is another word for an opportunity. Because if big businesses fall, if small businesses fall, that's a terrible, horrible tragedy, but it creates openings for other enterprising individuals. That could be me, it could be you, it could be me, friends, and hey, who knows, right? We team up and we do something that hasn't been done before to satisfy some kind of demand or complaint in our society, and all of a sudden we're back in the game. And it would be great to be my own boss, and not have to answer to anybody, and I make my own schedule. And of course, in reality, owning your own business is actually a lot more work. You're always on the clock. But you're also captain of your own ship. You're master of your own destiny. And you don't have to worry that you're going to get called into a meeting and, hey, we're laying you off. You know, things like that. So there is hope out there. There's possibility and opportunity out there. And a lot of opportunity is going to be created by what's happening. But right now, my mind wants to fixate on the misery and my personal problems and my troubles in my life, and it's really hard to keep my eyes fixed on the sun. So that's all. There's a little cloud, it's raining, thunderbolts, lightning, all of that silliness. I am hopeful, however, that I'll see a shiny, happy day soon. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, maybe later. I'll feel better. All right, folks. Professor Damas, class dismissed.